What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today I will be going through how I made about $157, as you're going to see, but it's technically 300 because I did take a scalp yesterday, as you can see in my entries, and I got stopped out for about $140. Let me see if I can make it reasonable. So this would have been the trade that I took last night. I got stopped out for $140. Sucks, but that's not even the worst part about it because as you can see in my entries and exits, uh, I could have made a lot more money today. A lot more money. I missed out on $1,000. I'm going to show you right now. This was the trade that I took right here. Risked about $400 to make about $1,200, but I did take my first TP at this 5-minute gap right here for about a 1.35, but I got out actually once we hit this 5-minute gap all the way up here for about a 0.44 because I wanted to pretty much save my ass and get a bit of money. I did have my stops at break even, but honestly, it's just one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in a while, especially in trading. It's that, well, once you are at break even and have hit your first TP, to not move your stops for break even. Basically, I could have made $1,000, and you can't really see it, but below me, my account is at 52,367.59 cents, and you need 53,000 to pass a 50K. So basically, what that means is if I didn't move my stops, I could have passed my funded, which would have been a very big thing because that means I could have made actual money off of this. So that sucks, but let me break down exactly why I took the trade, how I took this trade, and all of the above. If you want to see me trade live, I'm live on Kick Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Time. It'll be linked in the bio. If you want to learn and see how I trade or ask me any questions or honestly just get into a community with like-minded people, I have a trading community in the bio as well. Check that out if you want to. But yeah, let's get right into the trade recap. So we go to the hourly and we can see that we pretty much wicked into equilibrium of this daily fair value gap, which is a bearish fair value gap, mind you. And as you can just see off this wick, we retraced pretty heavily off of that. The reason why I traded on NASDAQ instead of ES is because actually on this candle right here, this candle did not wick into this bearish gap, fair value gap right here, and NASDAQ did do that actually. So as soon as that happened, that was the first confluence that I was like, okay, we're going short today. Let's find an entry. The second thing that happened was on ES, you could see that on this fair value gap, there's 3 candles that are pretty much in this fair value gap. While on NASDAQ, there's just a fat inverse fair value gap of the bearish downside with this candle right here closing below it. And that was the second confluence that I needed to understand that we were going to be bearish for the day. So we go down to the 5-minute and there's this 1 hour fair value gap that I see, and that's my entry point right there. My stops were above or in the equilibrium of this order block right here. And my first TP was of this bullish 5-minute fair value gap, but I knew that we needed to take out this low right here. This was like a weekly London low that needed to get taken out. So that was my second TP. But as you can see, as soon as we tapped into this 5-minute gap, we immediately started retracing out of it because on ES, what actually happened was we tapped into the equilibrium of this 5-minute gap and started to retrace really heavily. And when in the moment when this was happening, I was like, okay, we honestly might just retrace off of this 5-minute gap to fill out some liquidity up here, maybe this 5-minute gap up here. And I pretty much tried to save my ass by moving my stops to basically this 5-minute candle gap right here, which I will mark out right here. And we wicked into it and then immediately started coming back down. And it was a very tough watch seeing us not hit my break-even point, which was the original stop right here, and us in the next probably hour coming back down and sweeping this low, which sucked. I mean, it really sucked, but this is probably the biggest lessons, like I said earlier in the episode, that I learned today. I missed out on about $1,000. Missed out on about $1,000. Missed out on passing my funded, and learned a lesson from it. So we'll take it how it goes, but basically what I want you guys to get out of this, if you're still watching, is that once you hit your first TP, to move your stops to break even and don't move them again, because the market will do what it does best, which is exactly what it does. The market does not owe you anything. So yeah, basically tough break. I'm up $300 on the day, which is still a positive, still a good thing. But yeah, good lesson to learn now instead of the future. But yeah, that's basically it for the day. I have really nothing much else to say. The entry was good. Execution was good. I knew exactly what was going to happen, or what needed to happen today. We have PCE tomorrow for news. If we go into Forex Factory, we have PCE tomorrow for news. Hopefully, when the move happens pre-market, it doesn't completely flush out the volatility, so that we can have some type of trading day tomorrow, which would be nice. And yeah, that's about it. If you do want to see me trade live tomorrow on Market Open, I'm again live on Kick. It's gonna be linked in the description. And yeah, if you want a trading community to see what I trade, my thoughts on pre-market, my thoughts on other people's trades, other people that are like-minded, join the Discord. It is linked in the description as well. And I will be more than glad to ask and answer any of your questions if you choose so. So yeah, I love and appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.